Hello Fantasy Faithfuls and welcome to Season 2, Episode 5 of CSD Head-2-Head. Today we're looking at Stefon Diggs and Allen Robinson. Diggs is the second wide receiver in Minnesota, while Robinson is the clear number one guy in Chicago. Diggs is currently drafted as the 5th wide receiver, and Allen Robinson as the 20th. Starting off, we're breaking down the receiving of Stefon Diggs. Diggs sees plenty of targets to the deeper zones and especially to the outside. The shorter zones are dominated by the short right side with 33% of all targets. Combining this with Cousins, who throws 31% to that zone, will be a great combination. His catch rate in the deep right is really good with 10% of all of his targets. This will be a zone where he will get you a ton of fantasy points. He catches almost everything thrown shorter than 15 yards and will be both a deep threat and a security blanket for Cousins. His touchdown rate over the last 3 years is a bit below the league average of 5.0%. The yards per reception in the deeper outside zones are on par with the rest of the league, while the deep middle is outstanding. The bad thing here though is the lack of targets there. His shorter zones are on league average, but with an amazing catch rate, he will have opportunities to gain a lot of yards from every type of pass.
Boundary. Gano steps into it. Pass is caught. Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Vikings win it!
Now let's take a look at Allen Robinson. Diggs had plenty of targets in the deep zones, but Allen Robinson is on another level. 40% of all his targets go to the deeper zones, way more than the 27% league average. If Trubisky will target him deep as much as Bortles, we will have to find out. Other than that, he's used to being targeted everywhere. His catch rate in the deeper zones are all below league average. This is of course impacted by the fact that he's playing with a quarterback that is less than accurate, even if the deep right throw is fairly accurate for Bortles. Robinson is above the 60% catch rate in only 2 short zones, which is worrisome. His touchdown rate over the last 3 years has been 6.6%, a number that really boosts his fantasy production. Robinson's yards per catch in the deeper zones is also not what you would have hoped for. He does not gain that much yards from the ball that he actually catches. Furthermore, there's nothing too special about his short zone yards per reception either. He lives off opportunity and touchdowns.
Run off the board, it's 1st and 20, Bortles to the air this time, down the sideline for Robinson, he's got it, it's a foot race, Robinson and Browner, and it's Robinson who wins it, touchdown Jacksonville, his 14th touchdown of the season. They were hand-fighting.
Since Robinson was out last year, I changed the usability comparison to showcase some projections and interesting facts instead. Even though I'm comparing a wide receiver 1 to a wide receiver 2, they are very even projected in targets with 91 and 95. The receptions though is where Diggs show a big difference. I have him projected to catch way more passes than Robinson due to his own abilities, but also the quarterback. Diggs sees a steady decline in yards per catch over the year, starting at 17 and ending at 10. He does, however, score 45% of all his touchdowns in December, so that evens it out a bit. Robinson gains 48.4% of all his yards on first down. Furthermore, he averaged 3 more yards per catch in the first quarter. Now let's take a look at how they perform in different situations. Diggs is much better playing at home compared to away. Robinson has been pretty even in his career, and it will be interesting to see if this stays the same in Chicago. When it comes to playing against the AFC, Diggs is terrible. Luckily, he is great against NFC teams. Robinson has a small difference, but again, he is very even. To finish out, Diggs gives you a lot more fantasy points when playing a team with a losing record, and Robinson finally has a difference, but he's the same as Diggs, playing better against teams with a below 500 record. Diggs' best situation is playing at home versus a below 500 record NFC team. Robinson's best situation is playing at home versus a below 500 record NFC team. Comparing their numbers, their standard deviation shows that Allen Robinson has more ups and downs in his fantasy scoring than Diggs, but is pretty even. Diggs has a one-game ceiling of 15.4, and Robinson 18, which puts him top 7 in the entire NFL. Robinson has a much higher one-game floor with 3.2 against 1.8, so Robinson's best day is better than Diggs, and his worst day is better than Diggs. For his first time this year, we also have seasonal projection to compare. Diggs is predicted to score 102 points, and Robinson 94. My pick after comparing their receiving, situational play, and projection is Allen Robinson by the smallest of margin. New quarterback for both, but the ceiling and floor difference is just too big to pass up on. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more weekly content. And as always, the spreadsheets are dark and full of terror.